have this sketchbook that I haven't been finishing because I wanted to make a video of me finishing it. But I have 8 pages left, back to front, I think. I'm gonna try to fill it in this video. I don't know what I'm gonna draw. I think that my art block is worse when I have the sketchbook because I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to my sketchbook. Even though your sketchbook's supposed to be your low priority, you know, no one really looks at it and it's supposed to be ugly. But I can't stand ugly art. I pretend like I'm okay with my art being ugly, but I'm still trying to get to that point. Anyway, I really don't like how I get glare in my glasses. That's what I hate about glasses. I can't, there's glare all the time. I'll just look this way, I guess. I'm gonna look on Pinterest at some ideas for something to draw and go from there. I wish I could turn the brightness down on this. Oh, I can. It like didn't do anything. I turned the brightness all the way down. It didn't do anything. I put the date on it so that I could keep track of when I did this, which I did with all my older sketchbooks, but it was just the year because I would only do a sketchbook once a year because I didn't really sketchbook in the past. I'm trying to do it more often just so that I can get more practice in and get better at being okay with making bad art. I always feel like my sketchbook has to have art that I would make into art that I would want people to see, if that makes sense. Like art that I would turn into an actual painting or something instead of just like sketching whatever, because it's your sketchbook. You could sketch anything, and I feel like I have to sketch specific things though because like my style or something like that, instead of just sketching whatever I feel like. It's just kind of annoying. I put the date too on top of every sketchbook page I do, kind of like a journal, just because I think it'd be fun to look back at it and know exactly the day that I did a sketchbook. And then I can see where I took breaks, because I took a really long break finishing the sketchbook. I'm also really bad at filling my sketchbook, like using all the space. In the past, I would put one singular drawing, not even that big, in the middle of the sketchbook page, and then I wouldn't fill anything else. And I also didn't do front and back pages of my sketchbook. I just did the front facing page, or the right side, not the back, depending on what kind of sketchbook it was. If it was the flipping kind, I would just do the front and not the side that gets flipped. And if it was like a book, I would only do the right side and not the left side. And I want to fill my sketchbooks more because it's more fun to look at, even if the sketches are bad, because there's a lot. I don't know. I also don't even know how I want to draw people. I like drawing people, but for a while I didn't think I would draw people because I couldn't figure out how I wanted to draw people, like in my own style, because I'm not a realistic artist. I don't draw in a realistic style. I know that that's not what I want to do, but I can't figure out what kind of style to draw in that I like. I change it all the time because I always don't like the style I draw, or I don't know how to draw eyes the way I want, or a nose or something along those lines. And then I get stuck drawing the same thing. Like they all look the same face syndrome or whatever. I don't want that either. And I like drawing portraits, really cute, like cutesy, I guess. But I really suck at anatomy. So I want to be able to have a more simplistic style so I can draw a more simplistic anatomy, because I think that I'm better at drawing anatomy in a more simple style. Maybe not. I'm just saying that because I really don't like how I draw people. I despise drawing people in anatomy. I think it looks, my style looks ugly when I try to draw people. I like to make sketchbooks with just pencil. I didn't think, because a lot of artists color in all of their sketches like with markers or color pencils. So then I was like, well, maybe I need to do that. But I really don't like doing that. I like doing mixed media, maybe painting in my sketchbook, but just using marker or color pencil, I feel like I draw or I color it like it's a coloring book, and I don't like how it looks because I didn't shade it or something. And I enjoy just regular pencil sketches, but I don't think that people will like pencil sketches, which is funny too, because who's gonna see my sketchbook? No one, unless I decide to post something that I really like, that I drew. And I know people only want to see sketches that are in color, which, yeah, I'm just too focused on trying to be like all the other artists. Right now I'm trying to sketch a Monster High doll. I love the styles of Monster High dolls. I love their hair and I love their clothes. It is something that I would make my characters wear, like how their hair is and the kind of clothes they wear. I think they're super cute and it's colorful. I like that. I'm sketching. I'll show you it when I finish doing it. She has like super poofy hair. It's like super poofy. I don't think I can draw all of it in this sketch because I'm just gonna do portraits. It's okay. This is what I have. Hopefully it actually focuses on it. This is the sketch. I'll show you what the reference is. The one on the purple one is the one I sketched. The face. Do I love it? Definitely not. But that's okay. That's fine. I'm gonna force myself to draw something that requires me to do full body, just because I need to practice, so I can get better. You want to get better at drawing anatomy. I don't know. I can't do body proportions very well. I think that's the problem that I have with anatomy. My body proportions don't make any sense, which is why I want to find my own style, because you see styles and like it makes sense, but it's not necessarily like realistic. The way that the people, their OCs are created in, but they're still cute. And I have followed so many tutorials on how to draw anatomy, and none of them feel right. None of them stick, I guess. I'm not sure why that is. I obviously haven't found a way that I actually enjoy making anatomy in, like what my process. That is one problem. Like, look at these faces. I like the style of it. It's cute, it's simple, but it's still fun to look at. That's something I want to do. Not exactly, obviously, but similar. I said I was going to draw something in anatomy, and then I did another portrait. Look at that. I mean, whatever, I guess. I always had to think about what I'm drawing when I sketchbook. That's why sketchbooking is just a whole lot of tough. It's just so tough because I need to think so hard about what I'm gonna make. And I also like to be able to draw without the help of a reference more. because I get overstimulated by the amount of references I look at, and it kind of ruins the mood for wanting to draw, because I'm just like, can I make art like that? Why can't I think up those ideas? Those cool, weird ideas. What the hell? I'd like to make weird creatures, like, I guess mythical creatures or like monsters, but I feel like I can't make anything up in my head. And then I see all these people and they make all these, I see their art and whatever, and I'm like, wow, how did they think of that? Because I can't. There's not a thought in my brain right now. I'm gonna do something in permanent marker. So if it looks bad, there's no erase in it. I'm just gonna kind of, I want it to be less thinking and more drawing, but the perfectionism is so bad in my brain. Yep. Working through it. I don't like it at all. Anyway, moving on. How many pages do we have left? 5. Wait. Yeah, 5 pages. I really hated that last sketch. We move on. I'm gonna do permanent marker stuff, or just go over my pencil with permanent marker so I can fill some stuff in. You know what I also don't like making bad art? It's because I'm like, okay, well, if people see my bad art, my worst is gonna be what they think is my best, if that makes sense. You call yourself an artist, that's the best you can do, because it ain't. So that's also, yeah, that's probably the biggest reason why I don't like making bad art, because I'm like, people are gonna see that and they're gonna think that's the best I can do. That's my skill level, which in my opinion, my bad art is so bad, just so fucking bad. Oh my goodness, look at it. It's a weird bird in a top hat and has a bow tie. This is why, now I understand why people draw flowers in their sketchbook. I think my favorite projects in art, like in the drawing classes, is when we did the marker stuff, where you just had black and white. Those looked really good. And people, I had some really talented people in my art class in high school, and theirs looked really good. It's even worse too, because you see all these really nice sketchbook pages on Pinterest or whatever, and you're like, that's what your sketchbook's supposed to look like. Mine doesn't look like that. Not at all. Yep. They are looking bad. I almost don't even want to show you. It's so bad. It looks like a 4-year-old drew that. Okay. We're getting serious now. Last 3 pages. I'm actually gonna try and do something good. Because those last pages, like, what in the heck? What in the heck is that? What in the heck is that? Alright, we're trying something different. I drew a bunch of squigglies. I'm gonna color them in and make little doodles, because I enjoy doing that. At least I made one similar to that, kind of. This, I actually like this. This is like the only page in this whole sketchbook that I actually like. I have to go grab my markers though first. What my problem is, I'm taking my sketchbook too seriously. I don't even have to make art that I make into real, stuff. I can just draw whatever I want. You can just draw whatever you want. You can just make a bunch of squigglies and color them in. Does that mean that all your art has to be squigglies that need to be colored in? No. Like, serious. It ain't that serious. I gotta remember that. Because I get so, I'm so hard on myself. I know you already said this, but yeah, I always think that I need to draw. Whatever that's in my sketchbook is what I have to draw on my good stuff, you know? You could just draw blobs in your sketchbook and do practicing stuff. Like, it doesn't even have to be good. It doesn't have to be good. Alright. I colored it in. I'm starting to do some line work. I'm just gonna put random doodles and the different shapes to add some depth to it. I would love to make a Discord for artists so you can kind of meet artists, people, and kind of network. But I wouldn't do that right now because I do not have a big enough audience to put in the work to do that. But that's something I would like to do in the future. But I also need to learn how to make a Discord channel that's self-sufficient, because I don't want to have to, I don't understand the bots and stuff and the role, like how you put in roles and stuff and whatever else there is to into making a good Discord channel or group. Just because I feel like it's not very easy. I mean, I guess it's easy, but it's not really talked about, like reaching out to other artists, trying to connect with other artists, because it's good to know people, obviously. And I feel like this way, you know, it's kind of like an artist support artists, because I want to have a channel that you can promote your stuff on, so people can help support you, so you can kind of, you know, get your momentum going. This is goofy, but it's fun. I like doodling. I should doodle. I should think of sketching my sketchbook as doodling. And I want to spend more time making art and creating stuff that doesn't necessarily have any meaning or isn't gonna be something that I'm gonna keep or I want to make into something serious or post on social media, stuff like that. I'm literally just like drawing random lines. It's because it stresses me out, and you know what, art should not be so stressful. I like making art, and there's no way that I'm gonna be able to be a full-time artist if I let myself get so stressed out from making art. I get stressed out from everything just in everyday life. I don't want art to be stressful for me. Unnecessarily stressful. That's what it looks like. I'm leaving this one blank. I don't know. It just feels right. And also, this has taken a long time. But this I like. This is cute. But it's just like doodles. It's whatever. I just have this page in the back. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. It's like the back page, but it's like, it's stuck. So I think I'm just gonna do this, and then call it good, and then I'll be finally done. My very first sketchbook, actually. That's done back to front. I finished sketchbooks before, but it was like the last 10 pages are empty. So it's not necessarily finished, but I don't know what we're gonna do for the last couple pages. I might just make, I don't know, a landscape or something. I just did some face sketches, really fast ones. Nothing I put too much time thinking about. I think this took me like maybe 5 minutes to draw all 3 of these. And then we'll do the last page, which this page is probably gonna be a landscape, if I feel like putting the time doing that. I'm making a really wacky landscape. Colors are really odd. I didn't choose traditional colors just because I love colorful stuff and I want to have colorful art, and I don't necessarily want my art to make sense, if that makes sense. That's ironic that I say that. I want to really have imaginative art. I'm not a realistic artist. It's not my thing. I do like people who can do that though. That's like really, you gotta be really talented to want to put in the time and be good enough to draw realistically, especially people. I don't think I have the patience for that, and also I just like having a more illustrated kind of style to my work rather than what is logically true. I don't know. Look at it. Safarium. There's yellow mountains. It's a pink sky with like a reddish pink sun and blue clouds. I thought of it up like on the fly, so it's nothing serious. Here is it finished. In actuality, it took me like 2 hours to do these 6 pages, but I am so glad that I am finished with this sketchbook, even though some of these drawings I absolutely hate, like these. Yeah, I do not love these. It kind of bled through, so that's fine because I really hated this one. Yeah, that's it. We close it up, and the date, or the month I guess, February to June. And this is the front that I decorated. I don't know if I showed that. I might do a sketchbook tour, but as you can imagine, a lot of this isn't very lovely to look at. But I still might do a sketchbook tour just because. We'll see. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed chatting with me while I finish this up, because I like talking and this gives me an excuse. Chatting and drawing gives me an excuse to just ramble on about random stuff. But I'll see you in the next video. Bye.